What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with another what to buy on eBay video. A lot of comics this time. And broadly speaking, I don't like to include buy it nows right now because I can't make heads or tails of this market. I really can't. And I'm worried about some of you guys overpaying for some of this stuff. Now, that's not to say I didn't include some buy it nows, but it's only where appropriate, only where I thought the price made sense based on recent sales. But in general, it just seems like the deals to be had right now on eBay for Star Wars collectibles are in the auctions. And sometimes they're going for a lot cheaper than I expect in those auctions. And so you got to be careful out there. And I'm a little hesitant. But I want to go ahead and show everything. And I want to say thanks to my Patreon supporters. They get my videos 24 hours early access. Patreon.com/actionfiguregrader is where you can go to sign up. All right, let's go ahead and dig in. We're going to start off, I think, with some loose graded. No, never mind. We're going to start off with a mint and sealed box AFA 80 Collector Series Landspeeder. And I don't know if this price is fair or not, but I thought it was worth showing on the channel. There are 19 watchers on it. And, to me, it seems to be a pretty fair price. There is a make an offer button on there, so maybe you can get it for even cheaper. And I've heard from a number of people where they've made some very lowball offers on either comic books or action figures, and they've been accepted. So you never know what you're going to get if you make a lowball offer on it. But I wanted to show it because it's a mint and sealed box Landspeeder AFA 80. It's listed for $800 with $30 shipping. Again, there's 19 watchers on it. Make an offer. Maybe you can get it for, I don't know, $650. Just see what happens. But that's a beautiful example. Here are the loose graded figures I wanted to cover. So the first one we got is a CAS 80 Plus Ledy removable hood Jawa. Very, very tough to find variant, very rare, very much a holy grail for Ledy collectors. And this one is at auction. There's 4 days, 7 hours left on this one. This one ends Sunday evening. So that is 8:30 Eastern time is when this one ends. Right now it's at $449. I mean, who knows? I can't predict where the market's going to be on this one. Last year this was probably like a $1,700 item, maybe higher. I think it's going to go for less than that, though. I think it'll probably go somewhere in the $1,300 to $1,500 range. That's just a guess. Who knows, though? It's very rare for one of these to come up at auction, but that one is certainly a beautiful looking example. CAS 80 Plus removable hood Ledy Jawa. So that's a beautiful example, and it's got those lemon eyes that it's kind of known for. And there's the hood that is removable, and it also comes with the Neon blaster, Jawa blaster, TIE Fighter blaster that was made in the Ledy factory. So that's a gorgeous example. Happy hunting on that one. Next up is another Droid factory three-legged R2-D2. This same seller, Vaults of Yavin, just sold an AFA 75 that I believe sold in the 300s. Well, now he's got an AFA 80, so I expect that one to go for a lot more money. This one also ends Sunday evening. It's at $246.50 right now with plus shipping. I'm guessing it's going to go for $500 plus. That's just a guess on that one, but certainly a pretty example. Now, it does look like the sticker is peeling away a little bit from the figure, so just keep that in mind with your bidding. You can see where that sticker on the right-hand side there is starting to peel away a little bit. Next up, this is a beautiful example of the Tig Fromm, and Tig Fromm continues to be very pricey. This is an AFA 85. It just got listed by Brian's Toys. There's 6 watchers on it, and it's also make an offer, although Brian's Toys does not come off of the list price very much usually. But that being said, I think this one's going to sell either at the list price or pretty close to it. It's listed at $700. I've seen them go for close to that ungraded, believe it or not. So I think that's not a terrible price for an AFA 85 Tig Fromm. Beautiful example there, and brand new K-style. So probably worth every penny of $700. But if you're looking for that one, that's a really gorgeous example. Some comic books. We've got the first appearance of Valance, the Bounty Hunter, and this is the rare multi-pack variant, and this is one of only 2 on the census right now, and you can see where it says multi-pack edition. I've got the other one, and the same seller listed another one there. Great seller, high quality comics. You can also buy from him directly on Instagram if you want to save some money, but this is got the blank barcode, the blank box in the lower left-hand corner. So these books came in multi-pack polybags. And as you can see on the census there, this is one of 2 that has been graded by CGC in a 9.8 grade for the multi-pack edition. They just started grading this, though. I know of one other one that's listed on eBay for like $700 or something crazy. But this is probably pretty close to market value, if I had to guess. $375, and it is the rare multi-pack edition. So if you want the first appearance of Valance the Bounty Hunter, this is Star Wars issue number 16 from 1978, and it was right around 78 or 79 when these multi-packs were going on. They were kind of transitioning away from newsstands to direct editions, and the first ones had this blank box right there, and you can see the kind of progression there. So there's the newsstand on the left, the blank box is that multi-pack edition, then they went over to the barcode with the slash through it, and then eventually they went over to like the logo with like the Spider-Man logo, things like that. So very cool book. It's a secondary key. It's certainly not a primary key, but it is a 9.8 with white pages, and it's one of 2 on their census. Next up is Star Wars Tales 23. This is the first comic book appearance of Darth Revan and Darth Malak in cameo. This is the painted cover version. This one's at auction. It's at $36 right now with 3 days and 9 hours left. I'm guessing it's going to go for about $250. That's my guess on that one. That's one I do have in my collection. There is also a photo variant cover with Wedge Antilles on there. That one's a little bit more pricey, but I'd say $250 or less will get you this one. And in this market, I mean, you want to stick to auctions where at all possible, unless it's a book you've really been hunting. Same seller also has Clone Wars Adventures Free Comic Book Day. This is the first appearance of General Grievous in comics, and it's got that really cool Tartakovsky style artwork on the front there. And you can see there on the right-hand side, the first comic book appearance of General Grievous, Free Comic Book Day 2004 promotional from Dark Horse Comics. And this one also is at auction. This one ends Saturday evening. It's at $37. Next up is another book I've got in my collection, KOTOR number 42, The Origin of Revan, a fantastic cover. Malak Unleashed. I love this cover. I love this book. And it's at $245 right now. This one also ends Saturday evening. I'm guessing it goes for $350-ish, maybe less. Who knows? But you got to remember, this book was going for $800 plus, maybe even $1,000 at one point. And I think you can probably pick it up for $350 or less in an auction. He also has the more desirable KOTOR number 9. This is labeled as the first full appearance of Revan, although it's not really. It's really more of a cameo, if you ask me. But it's a pretty timeless cover from 2006 Dark Horse Comics. It's at $265. This one also ends Saturday evening. I'm guessing it'll go for around $600. It's a pretty low census book, pretty desirable book, and I expect that one to go for $600-ish. Next up is an AFA 75 Imperial Commander on the 48 Back E offerless. Clear blister, AFA 75, and it's at auction. It ends Sunday evening. It's at $248 for the starting bid. There's been no bids yet, but I think it's worth every penny of that. It'll probably go at that or pretty close to it, maybe $275. I doubt it hits $300, but if you're looking for a fairly high-grade Imperial Commander mint on card, that's a pretty nice example. And for all of these items, I'll put the item numbers in the video description in case you want to go look them up. Here's a 32 back Yoda debut card, clear blister. It does have a sticker, and it does have a little bit of damage by the hang tab there. Probably would grade a 75 plus, maybe an 80. It's a make an offer situation, which is why I included it. Probably a little high, if you had to ask me. I'm guessing $550 is what this one's worth. Maybe even less, I don't know. But, you know, it is a clear blister, and the blister is in fantastic condition. It's just that little edge wear by the hang tab that gives me pause. The rest of the card is in great shape. So if you're looking for the debut card for Yoda with a clear blister, there you go. $650. I'd probably try to get under $550, somewhere in that ballpark. Next up is a Patrol Dewback AFA 75. This is the Collector Series version, mint in sealed box. This one is listed for $700 plus $20 shipping. I think it's probably worth around $600. I just sold my CAS 75 plus for around that price, if I remember, 625, somewhere in that ballpark. So this one's not too far off. It's make an offer. I think it'll probably sell for $600 to $625, somewhere in that ballpark. Next up is an AFA 75 Ben Kenobi clear blister 31 back A. So early Empire Strikes Back card. And the subgrades on that one, if I can find it, 70, 80, 80. A little bit harsh on the grading for the card, but I think it's because the hang tab damage right above the hang tab there. It's probably poking through. But the blister looks great. Figure looks great. That's a pretty nice looking example for an AFA 75. Again, that one's listed for $700. Make an offer. I'd probably pay $600 for it, somewhere in that ballpark, maybe a little less. But I thought it was worth showing. There's 11 watchers on it right now, so I expect that one to sell. Next up, we got some autographed comics, and they're all at auction, so that's why I'm including them. But if you want Ashley Eckstein's autograph on the Clone Wars, this is like a magazine-style book. This is from 2022, glow-in-the-dark cover, signed by Ashley Eckstein. These have been selling for around $300 with her autograph, somewhere in that ballpark for a CGC 9.8. There's 9 days, 7 hours left on this one as of the making of this video. It's at $177.50 right now, but I expect that one to go for around $300. You can see the glow-in-the-dark aspect there with the lightsaber that glows. That's pretty cool. So next up is a Rosario Dawson book. This is the Christopher Sprouse kind of Choose Your Destiny variant cover, signed by Rosario Dawson, who obviously plays Ahsoka in the new series. And this is a CGC 9.8 at auction. 9 days, 7 hours left on this one. Same seller. And that one's at $163.50. One Stop Comic is a great seller. I've gotten to know Daniel a little bit, and I highly recommend buying from him. He's got some beautiful examples. But this is an autographed Choose Your Destiny book, Han Solo and Chewbacca #4 with Rosario Dawson's autograph. Next up, he also has Crimson Reign #3 with Black Chrysantan. This is signed by Carrie Jones, who played Black Chrysantan in the Book of Boba Fett. Great cover there. I love that cover. And that one is a 9.8 signature series. That one's at $50 right now with 9 days left. So that one is a really nice looking example. I'm guessing that goes for, I don't know, $150 or so, $175, I don't know, in that ballpark. These are the hot ones though. This has got a Hayden Christensen, John Tyler Christopher action figure variant, signed CGC 9.8. So it's Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker, signed by Hayden Christensen. Beautiful blue ink there. That is an awesome item. Really, really cool. That one's at $125 right now. I have no idea what this is going to sell for, but of all the books, I like that Ashley Eckstein, the Rosario Dawson, I guess, but this is probably my favorite one. The John Tyler Christopher action figure variant, signed by Hayden Christensen. He also has the negative space John Tyler Christopher action figure, not action figure variant, but just the Christopher variant cover. This is the negative space variant. So that is a really cool one as well, and that one's a 9.8 grade. So all of them are at auction, so go check out One Stop Comic. I'm not being sponsored or anything, but I just like Daniel a lot. He's a great guy. I've gotten to know him, and he's got some beautiful books for sale at auction, so go check them out. Next up, we got an AFA 80 R2-D2 pop-up saber, Power of the Force. This is in an auction as well. Unpunched example with only very light yellowing on it. What a stunner. The subgrades are 80, 80, 85, R2-D2 with a pop-up saber, Power of the Force 92 back. Wow, what a stunner. It's at auction right now. Right now it's at $800, and there's 4 days, 8 hours left as of the making of this video. That one ends Sunday evening at 9 p.m. Next up, I've got some customs that I at least wanted to show you. I'm not saying that you got to buy them, but I definitely wanted to show these because they're so cool. The first one is a custom case from Collector Archive Services with the Cloud Car and the Cloud Car Pilot, and it's graded 85+. That's a big display. You got to have some shelf space for something like this, but right now it's listed for $700. It's a make an offer, and this is another one that's pretty incredible. This is the B-Wing with the B-Wing Pilot. That one is graded 85 by CAS. So two incredible customs there, and if you got the shelf space for it, go for it. They are absolutely stunning. And that one's listed at $800, make an offer. So if you got the space, go for it because they are stunners. Finally, I wanted to show this one. I wish I could buy it, but I'm trying to be good right now. This is an AFA 80 debut card for the Cloud Car Pilot, but this is a clear blister, which is impossible to find. I'm telling you, I've looked for it myself, and it's listed over in the UK for £800, which is $1,028 US. That sounds high, but there was an AFA 80 clear blister that sold on Hakes sometime last year for almost $1,300. So I think it's priced pretty fairly, given that the market's come down a little bit. There's the grading label on it. It's a card 80, blister 85, figure 80, and it's a clear blister. I would love to have this in my collection because I've got a yellowed blister, AFA 80 plus, I believe. but it just was not meant to be, Shelly. I cannot do it right now. There's 6 watchers on it right now. It's also make an offer, so maybe you can get an even better deal. But if you want the debut card for the Cloud Car palette, this is it. It's the 45 back ESB card. And let me tell you, finding a clear blister Cloud Car palette is pretty hard to do. It's pretty hard to do. I looked for a couple of years before I finally gave up and just got a yellowed blister one. But that one is a stunner, and I think it's priced pretty close to market value. 800 pounds, 1,028 US dollars, make an offer. So anyway, I hope you found this information helpful. If you're out there hunting for either comic books or action figures, I hope you find something that you liked. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll be back soon.